Hello everyone! Welcome and welcome back to my channel. So, hindi ko alam kung good news ba ito, but nakita ko sa news na last Tuesday, na-approve na daw yung revised departure guidelines for Filipinos traveling outside the country. So dahil nga sa dami na ng case ng human trafficking sa Philippine immigration, marami silang, alam niyo yun, nakikita ko talaga sa Facebook page nila, palagi silang nagpo-post ng yung mga passengers na merong case ng human trafficking. So ngayon, ito na nga, naaprubahan na yung bagong guidelines nila for departure. So mababasa natin dito, under the revised guidelines, all Filipino outbound travelers will undergo immigration inspection and will be asked to present basic travel documents including valid passport, boarding pass, appropriate visa whenever required, and confirmed return or round-trip ticket when necessary. So actually, itong revised guidelines nila, nabasa ko ito na parang ganun pa rin naman yung mga requirements, pero siguro starting first week of September ay medyo further yung inspection na gagawin nila sa mga magta-travel outside the country. So, ayun nga, nakalagay dito yung basic or general requirements sa mga magta-travel outside the Philippines. Valid passport, boarding pass na makukuha natin tong boarding pass during our check-in sa airlines. And then, visa kapag kailangan ng visa sa bansang pupuntahan natin. And return ticket or round-trip ticket kapag short-term lang naman yung travel natin. For example, visit visa or tourist visa lang naman yung short-term visa na hawak natin. So, kailangan talaga mag-provide ng return ticket or round-trip ticket. Immigration officers are also mandated to interview the passenger about their purpose for travel and ask for relevant clarifying questions and additional supporting documents. Actually, ginagawa naman na nila to even before, di ba? So, feeling ko magiging ano pa talaga sila, magiging hindi naman siguro strict, pero parang ganun na rin talaga, 'di ba, sa bago nilang guidelines. Passengers may be deferred for departure if they present fraudulent, falsified, or tampered travel or supporting documents or refuse to undergo primary inspection. Of course, ayun nga yung mga red flags kapag fake yung mga documents natin and kapag mag-refuse kayo na or kapag hindi kayo papayag kapag i-undergo kayo ng secondary inspection. They may also be referred to secondary inspection. So, ayun na nga. Travelers may also be asked for relevant supporting documents based on their categories: tourist, overseas Filipino workers, minors, and others. So, magdedepende talaga doon kung saan man kayo belong, magdedepende doon yung mga travel requirements na kailangan yung i-provide or baka posibleng hanapin sa Philippine Immigration. Sabi ng spokesperson, hindi naman sa naghihigpit ang IACAT, pero ang mandato nila ay protektahan ang mga kababayan natin na malamang magiging victim ng human trafficking. So ayun na nga, yun naman talaga yung main purpose ng pag-strict or ng further inspection ng Philippine Immigration. Dahil nga sa dami na ng human trafficking na cases sa Pilipinas. So sabi niya, for us, kailangan muna natin i-screen dito pa lang sa Pilipinas. This is not a curtailment of the right to travel, but an enforcement of a policy that we believe fits our culture. Dito pa lang pinoprotektahanin natin ang mga kababayan natin. So yun po yung sabi ng spokesperson ng Department of Justice. So para naman sa mga sponsored ang travel, ito po yung sabi nila. Meanwhile, those who will be traveling on sponsored trips are required to present an original Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA issued birth certificate or marriage certificate if their sponsor abroad is relative with the first civil degree. So, kailangan magdala ng PSA birth certificate as proof of relationship ng sponsor kapag first civil degree. So sabi dito, they should also present confirmed return or round-trip ticket, copies of their sponsor's valid passport, work visa or permit, overseas employment certificate, e-receipt, OF or OFW clearance for OFW sponsors. So kapag OFW yung sponsors, yun po yung dapat nyong i-present. If the sponsor is a relative up to the 4th civil degree, then the traveler should present an original affidavit of support and guarantee, a confirmed return or round-trip ticket, and an original PSA-issued birth certificate or marriage certificate showing the exact relationship between the passenger and the sponsor. So kapag 4th civil degree yung sponsor natin, kailangan ng original talaga nakalagay dito, original affidavit of support and guarantee, return ticket, and PSA-issued birth certificate. So kailangan nyo pa rin talaga mag-provide ng proof of relationship to the sponsor. But if the sponsor is not a relative, the Bureau of Immigration said the passenger will be required to present other documents. So ano ba yung mga other documents? So sabi ng Bureau of Immigration spokesperson, they may show proof po of their relationship. That could be photos, that could be any documents po. So, photos together with the sponsor kapag hindi relative yung sponsor natin. Tinitignan din po who the sponsor is. Hindi lang yung relationship nila but who the sponsor is upang malaman of this a legal person or kung nag-sponsor na ba siya sa ibang tao before. Yung address and contact information ng sponsor na yon for the Philippine government to be able to locate should issues arise. So, kailangan nila ng address at contact information ng sponsor natin kapag not relative, kapag hindi relative yung sponsor. So, actually, ayun nga, kung mag-provide kayo ng invitation letter from your sponsor kapag hindi nyo kaano-ano, hindi nyo siya relative, so mas mabuti talagang meron kayong invitation letter dahil ayun nga sa invitation letter, dapat naka-indicate doon yung complete name, complete address, contact number, and of course, yung signature ng sponsor natin. So, meron akong video about it kung paano ba gumawa ng invitation letter. Panoorin niyo po yun kapag wala kayong idea kung paano ba or ano bang dapat isulat sa invitation letter. The revised guidelines will be implemented starting the first week of September. Siguro kaya naglabas sila ng official statement about the guidelines ng departure or ng mga Filipino na magta-travel outside the Philippines dahil nga dito sa mga marami nang na-offload na cases. Tsaka alam niyo yun, hindi natin alam lahat yung mga ibang traveler, Filipino travelers ay hindi alam kung ano ba yung mga documents na dapat i-provide. So ito na po yung official statement nila kung ano-ano ba yung mga documents na dapat nyong ihanda sa travel nyo. So, yung issue naman about yung mahaba ang pila at sobrang tagal ng paghihintay para sa immigration. Earlier this year, a traveler missed her flight after a lengthy interview process at the immigration counter, including a request to see her yearbook, which she did not bring with her. So, ayun nga yung issue na napag-iwanan na ng eroplano dahil nga sa sobrang haba ng pila at matagal na interview sa kanya. So, Clavano said the screening process should not take long. It will only take a matter of 45 seconds to scan and to validate all the documents. So, sa first inspection ay dapat 45 seconds lang talaga. The process will still be limited to 45 seconds pero at least alam na po ng mga kababayan natin kung anong dadalhin nila. So ayun nga, kaya nilabas nila itong statement na to dahil para malaman natin kung ano ba talaga yung dapat i-prepare. Kasi nga sinasabi dito na sa first inspection pa lang ay 45 seconds lang yung limit nila to scan or to validate all the documents. So again guys, itong revised guidelines for departure sa Philippine Immigration ay magsisimula po sa first week of September. So, ayun na nga ha, make sure na alam nyo na kung ano yung mga documents na kailangan yung i-provide. So, actually, meron pa akong ibang videos about the documents na posibleng hahanapin sa Philippine Immigration. So, ganun pa rin po yung i-prepare nyo. Just prepare everything kung saan man kayo na situation. Meron din ako mga videos na successful or success story nung nag-travel sila, kung ano-ano ba yung mga documents na prepare nila. Panoorin nyo din po yun para in case na the same kayo ng situation, the same case kayo nung mga kababayan natin na shinare ko na experience. So, ganun lang din yung mga documents na i-prepare nyo just in case na baka hanapin ng immigration, then prepared kayo. 'Di ba? So, hindi kayo magkakaproblema sa Philippine Immigration. So, akala ko talaga yung new revised nila na departure guidelines ay yung parang hindi na sila magiging masyadong strict sa mga magta-travel. So, sa nabasa ko dito, ganun pa rin naman pala. Kahit na hindi nila to nilabas na statement, ay ganun naman talaga sa Philippine Immigration. Yung main purpose talaga ng pagiging parang strict nila ay, or yung pag-further inspection nila sa mga traveler, ay dahil nga sa dami na ng case ng human trafficking. So, ayun po, kung meron po kayong mga questions, clarifications, or suggestions, i-comment nyo lang po. Thank you po for watching. Bye-bye!